Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Damien, also known as Buds with Nick. I want to make this video highlighting my recent event that I went to over in Washington, DC, Nvidia, the GTC event. I also have the bag. I got pretty much swagged out with Nvidia stuff, but here are 5 things I want to talk about that Jenson mentioned on stage, and also there was some chatter behind the scenes and around the room in the conference center. Number 1 is going to be Moore's Law is outdated. That's really huge. When it comes to compute and when it comes to talk about architecture and silicon chips being expanding over 2 years or so or even more, now it's outdated. Now with GPUs accelerating the growth rate when it comes to systems and the amount of cores being integrated into them, Moore's Law has been officially declared dead, according to him. But I will see that as future comes through. But right now, GPUs seem to be dominating the whole speed or the whole space when it comes to compute. So Moore's Law is officially dead. Number 2, talk about Cuda-X. So talk about the more modern backbone system when it comes to computing and when it comes to looking at ways of implementing generative AI when it comes to medical, robotaxi, or also known as autonomous driving, or when it comes to cybersecurity or any other kind of facet of any compute that is touching any industry. So really anything, just accelerating the growth when it comes to harvesting the data, exploring the data, and manipulating it in ways that haven't been done before and faster than what humans can do with data. So Cuda-X taking the approach when it comes to accelerating the growth of modern day computing. Number 3, talk about MonAI. He briefly mentioned this for like less than a minute. You can even look at the full GTC conference event from when he talked about it. It could even be cut out. I didn't see the full, but I was sitting there right there, not in front of him, but kind of close to the left. I'll insert a photo here to kind of show you where I was relative to where he is. But he mentioned it briefly for a moment because the GTC event over Washington, DC, primarily you look at government security and national security and just when it comes to other types of compute, nothing really medical. It's more really government defense and just kind of government sales. So it wasn't really talked about too much, but again, he talked about for one moment and looking at it further when it comes to MonAI, we're talking about medical imaging, medical practices, accelerating when it comes to how it's looking at diagnosing information or research or anything in the medical field. So we're talking about like things that are becoming fast in research for medical and for actually coming with diagnosis or even results than humans would have never done at the speed of what they currently are at. So MonAI, keep an eye out for that. Number 4, talk about Cuda-Q. So Cuda-Q is quantum computing, but it's at a hybrid rate currently right now. We're not jumping straight into quantum computing, but right now we're at a hybrid phase where we're going to see generative AI and quantum computers working together in a workflow state. But Cuda-Q is going to be working in tandem to make that bridge more obtainable when it comes to fully launching into quantum computing. But as of now, we're getting closer when it comes to quantum computing with IBM, Google, Amazon, a few of the other big players in the whole tech sphere. But Cuda-Q is making it much more plausible for a lot of companies and industries and entrepreneurs to get into quantum computing by having that bridge set scale. Take a look into that further. Number 5, Nemoton. Talk about agentic AI. So we're talking about jobs or even skills that are entry level into white collar fields to entry level like data entry. Talk about IT help desk entry level, talking about finance entry level, anything that really has been an easier barrier to kind of make it an easy, simpler workflow for a day-to-day person to execute, now could be done through Nemoton. And what Nemoton is having open source models that allow the libraries to be executable to where people can extract that information to have the models be trained upon particular professional tasks or skill sets to allow themselves to be executed. And so with that, you're going to see a lot of these facets be taken over by agentic AI. So like I mentioned earlier, entry-level IT, customer service, maybe even entry-level sales, a lot of the things are going to be taken over by agentic AI. Now, is that my prediction? It's essentially going that way where we see agentic AI being automated for tasks that are very repetitive or very redundant to where humans do it day to day besides working on bigger project tasks or higher level skill set things. But we're going to see agentic AI taking over a lot of those repetitive, non-essential or very easy to do tasks that are very repetitive that a bot could then be done. So yeah, I think a lot of those skills or even just a lot of those duties will be taken over. Those are my 5 things I took away from Nvidia's GTC event over Washington, DC. I think these are gonna be the things that we're gonna be looking at when it comes to 2026. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And don't forget to hit a like on this video if you found it very informative, and also subscribe for more. We're just covering just the tiny bit of things that we're just now seeing in AI. It's gonna get crazier from here. Take care, everyone.